Alright, we made it to Granny's farm. Bo's granny and cousins and uncles and whoever, whatever.
Name it.
They own Franklin, North Carolina. Large tracts of land in Franklin, North Carolina. So we're going up here and see if we can find some big rubies. Bo, you going to put us on rubies today?
We're going to try. We'll get out there and see what we can't find, but we're in a good spot for them, for the blue sapphires and the pigeon blood red rubies.
Pigeon blood red rubies. Okay. I'm ready.
All right, let's get her done. June, that's for you.
Okay, we're going up the one of the old logging roads. Bo said, don't worry, this is going to be an easy trail, no problem. We're walking through a little mini forest here, and Sidekick pointed it out, how pretty it is. And of course, Bo the cable guy, Bo the naturalist guy, tells us it's what, Bo?
It's ground cedar.
Ground cedar.
Yep.
Well, it sure is pretty. What were you saying about the tassels?
Yes, it gets little blooms. It's kind of like a bloom.
Okay, so that's like the reproductive part of the ground cedar.
It looks fake, but it's real.
It sure is pretty. Pretty ground cover. I guess it absorbs a lot of rain and runoff and everything too. Keeps washing out.
Yep.
Some of these areas. All right. Thanks for pointing that out, Sidekick. You're okay.
I'll point one other thing out.
All right, what's that?
We're about a quarter of the way there.
Well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. All right. Well, you guys don't know it, but behind me is Catherine. I call her Sidekick. The reason I call her Sidekick is she's always standing off to the side trying to avoid the camera and kicking me every time I put it on her. We got Sidekick with us today. She said something about, hey, you guys, I may be getting ticks on me. And Bo said, no, it's too early, you know, too early for ticks in the season. Okay, you don't have to inspect me then. Then Bo's changed his mind and said, oh wait a minute. Sometimes those ticks, they don't go by the calendar.
They come out a little early.
They come out a little bit early. We might want to do it just to do you a favor and check it, right?
That's right.
Make sure there's no ticks on her. You guys got to bushwhack your way through here.
A little thick.
A little thick.
Yeah, the old timers called that sweet bud, or the locals. It's really poisonous, but it does have a real sweet aroma.
Here's a pretty cool old bridge. Oh, that's a big piece of book mica there. Yeah, I can see why they mined it. Book mica. Well, we've been hiking about 2 hours, Bo says. Sidekick says he's a big fat liar. It's closer to 4, but I don't know, but Bo just guided us to this really cool mine. Let's get a closer look. It's obvious this was a mica mine. It's everywhere. The whole hillside is mica. Alright, what's the story on this one?
I got a 57 carat pigeon blood red ruby out of here.
Right here?
Right here.
Wow.
The mine goes back, it opens up into a pretty good cavern. And you got one veers off to the right, goes in about 200 feet, maybe 300 feet in dead ends. But we go in about 100 feet and turn back to your left and climb up. And go in another 80 to 100 feet, and that's where we was digging.
And you were kids or adults, or?
Nah, this is about 10 years ago.
Really?
what we're looking for when we're in here digging, you see there's a cavity right in here. And when you open these up, you find pockets. And a lot of times you liable to find sapphires, rubies, you know, anything possible in here. You know, emeralds, whatever. But you want to open these pockets up and you'll find them little chambers. But there's one been dug out here and it looks like it's a making of a pocket. So if we had a rock hammer, we could actually probably open that up in some of these and find some good gem quality gemstones.
Another pocket right there. So this looks like, well, this country rock. It's got veins of quartz. Of course, the mica, there's a drilled hole right here.
Yeah, there's a drill hole. There was some dynamite back here, and it laid in here for years, but it rotted away over time. And every time we'd come up, we'd just kind of naturally ease around it, not bother it.
Yeah.
But for probably 20 years passed before we got back up in here. I actually started digging around, and the dynamite actually has rotted away. You know, there's nothing left of it. You know, it's gone.
All right, what we're looking here is a pipe. Both said the pipe runs back through the mine and they would pump water out of here. And what else were you saying, Bo?
It opens up into a big room, big cavity right back here. And actually when you get back there, it's probably 20 feet or more to the ceiling. And they've got telephone poles that's running crossways that, you know, stops any debris from collapsing down in here.
Right. Here's another mine. It's about 60 feet from the one we looked at earlier, but this one's completely collapsed in. That's why I don't like to enter mines too much. But this is another one. And then Bo just now yelled at me and said there's one down below, a little further down. He's not too far away. Actually, here he comes now. The other mine, Bo, it's collapsed.
Yeah, it's collapsed completely and can't even see the entrance to it no more.
I mean, I can see an opening, but that's all I can see is the whole thing's buried.
Yeah, it's buried.
This one's collapsed too. And we got book mica everywhere. Big sheets of it. Yes, sir. Be there 1 second, Bo. Another big sheet of book mica. Headed your way. Bo just found another mine shaft, and I want you to look at this wall right here. I'm going to give you a close-up on it. I'm going to walk up on it. But that is just a solid wall of mica. Another dug hole, drilled hole for dynamite. Look at this wall. Solid mica. The whole wall. Mica, mica everywhere. That's what I mean by book mica. Looks like pages of a book, each sheet. Let's see if I can get a top look at that. Flip the pages of the book. Big chunks of pegmatite here everywhere.
There's some drill holes.
Mica all in there. All the brown, rusty looking spots. Right there is probably garnet.
Looks like garnet.
Yeah, looks like oxidized garnet. And Bo hadn't seen this one before. There's another one. Another mine shaft. Got shoring timbers too. And this is a big one, so we'll go to the outside edge and take a look at it. And let's see if we can get some kind of perspective here. That hole That opening's big enough to drive a Volkswagen Beetle into.
I'll kind of step down in here and kind of give you an idea.
I mean, this thing is a monster. See the shoring timber off the bow's left. He's down there in the hole. All right, more drill holes here. We're taking a little break here, a little snack for lunch, crackers and water, and Sidekick brought some little computer iPad, or what do you call this thing?
Little tablet.
Tablet or whatever. Anyway, she said, I'm gonna check up on Bo. See, she checked up Sweet Buds, what'd you call it, Sweet Bubby?
Sweet Bubby.
Sweet Bud, Sweet Bubby. And there it is, that's what Bo said it is, and we looked it up, or she did, on the internet. Sure enough, exactly what he said.
He was right about the ground cedar.
He was right about the ground cedar and what else?
And we do think that is ginseng back there.
And the ginseng.
Yeah,
he was right about the ginseng too. So, Bo, anything you say can be checked, can be verified now by internet.
Google will get it all.
Even up here in the mountains, in the back of the woods.
That's it.
Well, we're stopping as we go. Hitting these little creeks. Looking for rubies or sapphires. So far we've had a great trip and some beautiful scenery, but no sapphires. No rubies. We haven't given up yet though. Well, Bo's trying a new hole. Corundum, ruby, sapphire.
Finding kyanite.
Kyanite? Okay. Bo wants to stop at the North Carolina rest area.
It's his and hers.
His and hers. Oh, that's the deluxe. I tell you, North Carolina doesn't mind spending the money on facilities, do they?
No, they don't.
Wow. His and hers. 2 at a time. Deluxe. North Carolina style. So this is the family reunion camping area and family reunion area. Pretty area. Got a picnic area there at the back.
Down there, it's got operational bathrooms, shower.
Operational bathrooms and showers.
Yep.
So people just come in and camp.
Power.
People just come in, camp, family reunion.
Yeah.
Week family reunion. Stay down here. Man, it's a pretty property.
One of the first sapphire and ruby mines ever opened. Great-grandpa run it, and it was right up there.
Really?
And when all the others come about, people had making that machinery, and he didn't. He dug his by hand, so he was one of the first ones to close it.
Okay, Bo, Sidekick and I walked miles today and dug a lot of holes and really didn't find a whole lot, did we, Bo?
One sapphire.
One little small sapphire, or one, I found one piece of little golden silmonite. That's pretty, but it was just a small piece. Anyway, we didn't kill it today, but we had a lot of fun. We saw some really interesting stuff. How about, what would you do next time if you came back? What'd you do different?
I'd bring my flashlight.
Bring your flashlight, maybe a headlight, a helmet, some goggles.
Headlight, hammer, flashlight.
Hammer, go back in the first place where you found the big ruby and dig those pockets.
Just dig them out.
All right.
We'll get in there and just start chipping away till we open up the pocket. So that's normally how we find them.
Well, I had a good time though. The weather was beautiful today. It was really nice. Had a lot of fun. Saw some really cool stuff. So I guess we're on a roll though, aren't we?
We on a roll.
Yeah, it's just downhill.
We're wore out now. But at least it's downhill. Pan around, show them where we just come from.
Yeah, I tried to show it earlier, but I don't think you can see the mountain there in the background. Maybe you can. But we were up there. But anyway, had a good time. Let's do it again.
Let's do it.
All right. Catch you next time.
Take care.
Go in there and get that small camera.
I didn't see a small camera, but what the green jacket for?
That's a present. You ever heard of the Blackwater Master?
Yes, sir, I sure have. Ain't he the man that can't find anything?
Well, he finds things, Bo, but I don't know. It's nothing you and I would bother to pick up. When we're out on the boat, all he does is talk about birdies, bogeys, golf, and someday I'm going to wear a green jacket. Someday I'm going to wear a green jacket. That's all I hear the whole time.
Well, we got him a green jacket and a golf ball.